of you want to do things right? To keep up with keeping your lives tight. Tight as in being right with the truth of true insight. Who of you want to do things right? Who of you want to truly succeed in attaining all in that which is your need? To be heard by the real answerer of all deeds, the true hero of all whom pleads. Who of you really want to bow down to the true King of Kings commanding the crown? To worship the one that ever rules alone, commanding everything of creation from the seat of its throne.
Welcome you here today with me and A.H.A.D moment. I'm going to be, handling the show myself. My brothers and sisters is not with me today. They're out busy taking care of some community business. And hopefully we have a good time today. May I use this peace and blessings be with them about your presence?
This peace and other blessings be with them about your presence as well.
Today what I want to talk about is the end of days. You know, something that came to my mind. I'm thinking in terms of how people have, how the jinn have fantasized it by putting it in marketing, the thought of it, and the idea of it in theater. I heard this song from a movie the other day, and they were saying that the gun is the right hand of the devil. And I beg to differ. If anything's the right hand of the devil today, it gotta be the media. The media tools. Because these tools are used for people, strangers, all kinds of people, to come into your home. Some uninvited, most of them uninvited, through commercials and through shows that you flick on. And you have people that will simply say, hey, if it's too much for you, you can turn the TV, you know. We've gotten to a state where we let others rule our lives, and their values, we take them as though they're greater than the divine values, you know. No, I shouldn't have to turn my TV. What the deal is, everybody should be looking towards true success, the true achievement, true knowledge, and true understanding, and the truth should be the light for everybody, and it should be put up first and foremost, and all this injustices that's going on throughout the world should be tapered down, you know, and if everybody be called to the truth for real, then we won't have as many problems as we have. It's like with politics in this country, as to where politicians have magnificently rose to a point of divinity in the minds of people. Not divinity in truth, but divinity in the minds of people. When I say that, I'm saying in power. In people's minds, you know, the president is as powerful as the Pope, and the Pope is as powerful as an angel, or powerful as Jesus, as they say, you know. And but you know, we of truth know that that's false. Now, when we talk about the end of days, there are many things that's been prophesied about the end of time for our people in Revelation, you know, end of the powers that be, the end of the way of that societies is run. And but what I want to talk about is the end of an era of knowledge, the path of the way that Muhammad brought in from Allah in manifestation of the Holy Quran, and what is meant to be lived in through the Holy Quran for people, you know. Muhammad, in one of his prophecies, said that there will come a time in this day when his people wouldn't be able to trust one another. They wouldn't be able to eat each other's food and visit each other's homes and be at peace with each other. And that is happening all around the world. But how many people, how many Muslims are looking at this here? In our own little world of the USA, the African American Muslims, we have taken Islam and we have brought it down to the level of hoodism. You might disagree, but think about it. Long time ago, back in the 70s and the 60s, we used to say our word is bound to Allah.
Right.
And it had meaning. Elijah used to say those things, and the people who followed Elijah used to say those things as far back as I can remember. And they said, and they have meaning. Your word is your bond. In other words, you are bonded to Allah. You're sealed to Allah. You are entrusted to Allah by your word. And my bond is my life. And before you knew it, by the time the 90s got here, it had went from my word is my bond to word is bond to word to bond to, word up. To word up. And that's where people take the religion. Now, Holy Queen Mother said that she was in the presence of an imam from one of the communities who was trying to introduce invitation to learn Arabic to the people on public transportation, and someone asked, a Christian asked him, how was he doing? Or he asked a Christian how they was doing. They said, blessed. I'm blessed. And they said, how you doing? He said, I'm blessed and divinely favored. Now, this is the leader of one of the communities. He called himself a leader, Imam. You think about that. I'm blessed and I'm divinely favored. Now, I know that I'm blessed because Allah, Ahezaah, is with me. And it has stated to me, you are blessed by me. Therefore, I can claim being blessed. I can claim being blessed. I'm not making a judgment of my own. The Lord has told me that. People may not believe the Lord is with me, but so be it. And I'm divinely favored because the Lord said, I'm divinely favored. It said that to me. Where did this imam, get the authority to say he's blessed and divinely favored? Divinely favored in what? Because, see, Islam, the path of the way that the people have corrupted from the way of Muhammad, has come to its end. It has come to an end. End of the days. End of its days. The great day that Muhammad was talking about is today. And that path that that Allah set forth through Muhammad has come to an end of where the people have brought it into complete corruption. If that's not true, then I would not be here. The Lord said to Muhammad, Muhammad knew of my coming. It said to Muhammad, let your people know, when they turn and become like the people of the book before them, I will create a new people. They translate it as if they become, but Allah never have to say if. Allah knows what's going on. There ain't no if. It knew that this day was going to come. That's why it was prophesied even before 570 years or more before the coming of Prophet Muhammad. It was prophesied by Jesus. This time. And Muhammad was prophesied by Jesus. He was the comforter to come to his people. Muhammad, the A.H.A.D, was the one to come. And Muhammad talked about a Mahdi who has come. And also about others to come, whom was talked about before the time of Muhammad. Talk about Elijah, Noble Drew Ali, and myself. Then they talked about many prophets of this day. Prophets in general. They wouldn't be divine prophets. There will be many prophets in this day and time, which we've had many. But now, what is this brother saying when he said, I'm blessed and divinely favored? Oh, that's one-ups on you, Christians. So what is the Christians going to say next? Blessed, divinely favored, and chosen. Huh? The Christians, they say they had this thing where they propagate, claim it, and it's yours. Claim it. All you got to do is claim it. Well, where we make our mistake is that we have let the devil infiltrate the religious paths. We have let the devil infiltrate our minds, our homes, our temples up here, and our temples in the physical realm. And we have let them devils, the doers of evil, the supporters of Satan, we have let them take lead. We have, as people, and what man has done has taken the Lord itself, the Lord of the throne, out of the mix. Because if you could claim it and it's yours, then you don't need to ask the Lord for it anymore. See how sly that is? Just claim it and it's yours. That sounds like L. Ron Hubbard. Huh? In that Scientology. If you could believe it, then it's yours. Huh? See, they've taken as a man believes, so shall he be, out of context. Because it is true that as a man believes, so shall he be. That's true. Because of Ahezaah, the Lord, the master of man, is going to give you to believe what you are to achieve. That will come in as a common thing to you. And we call it faith. You hear people who achieve, they say, I don't know how I did it, I just believed that I could do it because it was meant for them. But they didn't believe they could do something else. Now we got people saying, just claim it. Alright, I'm going into Macy's and I'm going to claim me a suit, a $500 suit. I'm going to claim it, that's mine. And I'm walking out with it. And the man have the paddy wagon waiting for me because somebody going to claim that I'm going to jail. Huh? How could you accept a religion telling you to just claim something from your own mind, your own desire? What about guidance from the Lord Most High? What about the guidance that Jesus, Isa, Muhammad, and all the prophets that were covenanted talked about the divine laws and orders that we must be in? How is it that we as the people, as Muslims, have fallen to the ways of the people of the Christians and have put the Holy Quran aside to raise up hadiths and other people's sayings as equal with the Lord's words? Because we have come to the end of the day. Ahezaah, the new name of the Lord Most High, whether you want to believe it, whether you want to accept it, whether you want to agree with it, get with it, or not, Ahezaah is the new name of the Lord, the name that the Lord has given me. There are men among all the religions in different parts of the world know that I'm supposed to come and be the one with the new name of the Lord. Now there are men who have put their magicians out and their false prophets out to fight me in this nation. And they're doing a hell of a job keeping people blind. My daughter said, Daddy, you know, I could find everybody on the internet except you. We plug in the names, go to mommy, go all the way back to the name she had when she was born, where she lived. Anybody I plug in, we just go all the way back. I can't even find your present address. I said, somebody don't want me found. Huh? I'm trying to be found. Before I was trying to hide, now I'm trying to be found, and they get it where you can't just plug up and say he's here. Because they don't want people around the world to find me. They know that these tapes go out in the airwaves and some of them reach cross seas. They know that. But if people have no ability to find me, then they can't recommunicate. They can't react in their communications to me as to where we can reach one another. Now, who has the power to stop my mail, to put a special tag on any mail of mine that was coming to my office or my homes, where it would go into a special category to be searched out before it finishes journey to me? Who has the power to do that? And who has the power to make me vacant from that check? And why would they want to do that? Something to think about. It don't bother me. Nothing what they do bothers me. Because the fact of the matter is, just as people among the common folk who have been misled to try to stop me, they're not going to stop Allah. If I was to be annihilated today, what was prophesied is going to be. But see, I believe that I'm not going to be annihilated today, because prophecy that I have read and prophecy that I have been told about is that you're not going to touch me.
Praise A.H.A.D.
You know? And there will be men of power that's afraid of me.
Praise A.H.A.D.
Because they are the ones that truly know what's going on in the spiritual realms. They know. Why you think they got all the scientists doing all these tests? You can turn on the TV. We looking for ghosts. You know, we looking for spirits. We trying to raise the dead. We trying to, disappear before your eyes. We trying to do all these paranormal things. And when they find somebody who's psychic, who's not with Allah, with Ahezaah, they will snatch him up and force him to work for them, if they choose. They have implanted all kinds of laws where they just take over your life. This is the land of the free, right? Home of the brave, right? You have your freedom. You could live your life, you could own your home, you could do this, that, and that. How many people in this nation own their home?
Praise A.H.A.D.
I say that's an illusion. Unless your home is a trailer. You can take it wherever you want to go. Because if you don't own that land, then somebody else owns your home. I don't care how much stamp you put on it. You take a man, put him on a boat, send him out to sea. And he say, I command this boat. I'm going to command this boat. When he get out in that sea and nobody else see him and them waves start to throw him around, he don't be thinking he commanding that boat. He get to praying and crying and, oh Lord, help me. Don't take me out. Send us back to the shore. You know? And he get back and say, I braved the ocean. You braved the ocean, all right. Huh? When you swab the deck, nobody could see that urine that was up the deck. So you being so afraid, you pissing on yourself. Huh? You don't own nothing. The devil has tricked the people. Huh? To thinking that they own something. Thinking that they can command something. When you can't do what you want to do in your own home or in your neighborhood. Even if you're trying to be at peace. When the community wants you to be in order with whatever that local government is talking about, then you got to be in order. How you own that? Well, I own a house. I want to put up a fence. I want my fence to be like about 25 feet tall, and I want to barricade myself in. I don't want nobody be looking at my house, you know. And I want cameras all around on my fence, and I want watchdogs. I want about 7 watchdogs. And, oh, wait a minute, you can't have no more than 3 dogs. You can't have a fence no more than 4 feet high in front of your house. You can't have a fence no more than 6 feet high on the side of your house. What the hell do you own? What do you own? You don't own a thing. The gangsters own you, and the greatest gangsters is the politicians. They were the thugs who came from other lands 500 years or more ago, and they've been thugging it out, taking land, taking claims, and they rule, and they're going to always rule. That's why I always tell people that come into my presence, don't get excited. It ain't your house. This is their house. They took it from the natives. You got Native Americans complaining about injustices right now. You know? It ain't even their house no more. They got treaties and everything that some of them disregard. And you got to go to court because, you know, to defend yourself on the treaties. Why would you have to defend yourself on the treaties if that's right? You shouldn't have to defend yourself. They should have to go to court for breaking the treaties. And try to break the treaties. You shouldn't have to go. You should be able, if you got a treaty, you should be able to say, nah, I'm not even going to court. You wasting your time because I don't even want to talk about it. So whose house is it? It's the greatest thugs. You know? I got any questions? None? We are definitely at an end of time. When people can take a law and take it out of the mix and have no fear, no concern about taking it out of the mix. When brothers can take, let's say, Arabic and make it a divine language like the Jews had did with Hebrew. Who establishes that as a divine language when the divine language is a language of understanding? It don't matter what dialect they come in, and it don't matter what kind of words is being used. Divine language is above words. Divine language is above words.
You're right.
You know? I didn't think you thought I was wrong, brother.
I apologize.
He just had that look on his face. You know, he always serious, so I gotta address him in a serious manner. He don't know how serious he look all the time. You know, just looked at me like I held the bank. I ain't got the bank. But in our people, man, we don't want truth. People in general, the common folk, for the most part, can't live with truth. We think we want truth. We say we want truth. But what we want is favors. Huh? We want favors. We want Allah to favor us as individuals. We want to have our way. And we want what we want as our way, our desire. We want that to be accepted as right. That's why people's always arguing and fussing and debating and going back and forth, and everybody just got to be heard. Huh? Like, I come with a simple message. Simple and clear message. For 30 years. But everybody, I shouldn't say everybody, all but a few who have come through A.H.A.D, Assembly of Holy-Apostle Deen, all but a few have come and have had to run away because they found out he's dealing with truth for real.
Ahezaah.
And it's too much for me. I don't want it. He make me see myself. And I don't want that. I don't want to see myself. I want to see my desire. I want to see my illusion. I want to see what I'm presenting to other people to see of me. Not myself for real. He too deep. Let me get the hell away from him. That's what's been happening with me over 30 years. Then we have fools who clearly hear the truth coming forth from me and saying, I hear you, I believe you, I understand what you're saying, but everybody else is going that way and I gotta be with everybody else. You could tell, religious or not, they haven't read history books about Noah and others. Because those people said the same thing. Everybody else going the other way, so I can't go with you. One is the greatest number. The greatest power is beyond the number. Ahezaah is the greatest power and it's beyond all numbers. Huh? But it contains every number. And it calls itself the one. The first and the last and the foremost. And the all in all. But they think they can get away from it. 1 minute for my New York audience. Good. That was nice. Say, may Ahezaah's peace and blessings be with them about your presence, my New York audience. Tune in next week. Grab the rest of this show. This half an hour for you that's coming up. We love you. Keep tuning in, and maybe one day we can meet together. You know, we find a way for us to gather physically together, because that's my next journey I want to do. I want to make sure that I can meet more people in the flesh and not through the groove tube, you know. And so we'll be talking with you next week. Tune in. May Ahezaah's peace and blessings be with them about your presence.
Who of you want to do things right? To keep up with keeping your lives tight. Tight as in being right with the truth of true insight. Who of you want to do things right? Who of you